What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I'm back with my second of the 50 states, 50 movies reviews. Now, the movie that I'm going to be talking about here is for the state of Alaska, and the movie that you guys voted on was 30 Days of Night. So, of course, a vampire movie. 2007 is when it came out, directed by David Slade. And I'm going to go ahead and get into that in just a second, but really quick, if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already, and hit the bell icon, and also give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. Let me know your thoughts on this movie, and also leave me a comment. I want to know exactly what you thought about it. So these are going to be quicker reviews. This movie is 17 years old at this point. I will say, I remember really liking this movie a lot in 2007 when I saw it at the theater. I was 20 at the time, and you give me some gory vampire action, and I'm having a good old time. I remember seeing this with my cousin Josh. We walked out of the theater like, hey, that was a really good movie. I really like that. So this is my first time watching this in, I'm not going to say since then, but it's been a long time. Like, I don't remember the last time I watched it. And on this rewatch, I will say, I still think it's good. I think it's a very solid vampire movie. It's not as good as I remember it being. I think I liked it much more when I first saw it. It's a little long. It's almost 2 hours, hour 53 minutes. And really, this should have been an hour and a half tops, to be honest. There's a lot of filler. Also, this follows the structure more so of a zombie movie than a traditional vampire movie. You have these vampires. They're all like weird and like sharp teeth, like all sharp teeth, not just the fangs. And they speak another language, and they come to this town, and they're wreaking havoc there. And then you follow this group of survivors that are, first they're in an attic, then they're kind of moving around. And it's way more like a zombie movie than a vampire movie. I don't know a lot of other vampire movies that have this format. I know this was based off of a graphic novel. It definitely feels like it was based off of a graphic novel, to be honest. I could see this being a comic book. So, but that's cool. The violence is gnarly. Josh Hartnett, I forgot about this movie because I just saw Trap recently, and I didn't even mention this in my review. He was in this movie, 2007. So Josh Hartnett, he's good. Melissa George, she's good. Overall, I liked it. I think it could have been better. I think it could have been shorter. I don't like some of the character decisions. I don't like what they did with Ben Foster, his character. Overall, I would give the movie like a 7 out of 10. I think it's a solid film. Now, as far as the state of Alaska goes, similar to Forrest Gump, but I would say more so. This movie doesn't work if it's not set where it's set. So this is a 10 out of 10 as far as the state utilizing the location. This is set in Barrow, Alaska, where there is a time in the winter where they literally have no sunlight for 30 days. And if that's not the perfect recipe for vampires to show up and eat you, I don't know what is. They don't got to worry about the sun. They can literally just be out and about the entire time for a whole month, eating as much as they can. So the snow, the blood on the snow looks really cool. It being dark all the time works for the story. Like, the entire movie is structured around being set in this town in Alaska. So as far as representing the state of Alaska, yeah, I very much would say that this is, it hits it out of the park. This is a home run of a state that is utilized well in a movie. It's the entire plot. It's in the title, 30 Days of Night, because of this place where this happens. So I would say you guys who voted for this was actually a really good pick. Now, some of the other options I think were good as well, because you have Alaska where there's a lot of nature and trees, and there's other places they could have went with this thing. However, this little town, and there's like very small population, and it's dark for 30 days, and it only happens there. Perfect. 10 out of 10 as far as the Alaskaness of this. 7 out of 10 for the movie. So that's my thoughts on 30 Days of Night in this series. I don't even know what the next state is. Whatever comes after Alaska, I think it's like Arizona or something like that. We'll see. I have to double check, but I will be back with the review for this, for that. And until then, take it easy.